This is the 13th lecture for class 12 physics. And in this lecture, we will derive very important formula, that is electric field intensity due to thin infinitely charged long straight wire. And with the help of this, we can calculate the value of intensity at any point. Now, the topic is electric field intensity due to infinitely long straight uniform charge wire. First of all, we will draw the diagram and then we will derive the formula. In case of diagram, a single thin straight line having positive charge and we have to calculate due to this, and same as the length will be proceed downward and upward. We have to calculate electric field intensity at point P. The value of electric field intensity at point P depends upon the position of this point. Now, this is the distance R. If we imagine the hollow cylinder, then the diagram will be in such a way. In this diagram, we can easily calculate the value of intensity at point P. There are three surfaces. Number one, that is curved surface, and two circular faces. A circular surface. The electric field direction radially outward, and the surface area of first top surface, that is S1, and second S2, and third S3. By taking small area, this is DS2, electric field direction E, and this one DS3, and this is the electric field direction E, and same at this point, electric field direction here, and area vector DS1. With the help of this charge wire, we have to calculate the electric field intensity at point P. Here the imaginary sphere, not sphere, cylinder, this is the Gaussian cylindrical surface. Gaussian cylindrical surface, that is imaginary, and with the help of this, you can calculate the value of intensity at point P. Suppose here is the length of this imaginary cylinder. Then by Gauss theorem, by the application of Gauss theorem, we can calculate easily at this point the electric field intensity. Now, the value of flux due to this charge wire is equal to integration over closed surface E ds. For this value, that is for surface S1, E ds1 plus surface S2, E ds2 plus integration of closed surface E ds3. We will add whenever all these terms, then we will get the total value of electric flux. This is the concept of Gauss theorem. Now, here surface S1 related area vector, that is upward, and here electric field here forward, and angle is 90 degree, and here theta is equal to 0 degree. Here also theta is equal to 90 degree. So in case of S1 and S3, so in relation to closed surface, EDS cos 90 for S1 plus closed surface S2 EDS2 cos 0 degree plus in relation to closed surface for S3 EDS cos 90, and we are knowing that cos 90 value, that is 0. So first term and third term will be 0. Remaining first term, that is EDS2, E and the surface for closed S2 DS2, the cos 0 value 1. When we integrate the curved surface for a smaller area, then we will get the what? Total value, that is curved surface area of cylinder, 2 pi r L. This is the calculation of flux by definition of flux. Dot product of vector E and ds for total surface, and a total surface containing three terms. First S1 upward circular, and second that is curved surface area, and third that is also circular. S1 S3 surface related flux becomes 0 due to 90 degree angle concept, but S2 surface containing flux having E to 2 by RL. This is the flux concept, but by Gauss theorem, phi E is equal to Q upon epsilon naught, and here lambda is the charge density. If then lambda into L, where lambda is the linear charge density of wire. Then equating equation 1 and 2, we will get the value of intensity, that is E into 2 pi RL is equal to lambda into L upon epsilon naught. So here L cancel out, so E is equal to lambda upon 2 pi epsilon naught R. This is the value of intensity at point P. Here this is free from L. It means for infinite charge wire, the value of intensity will be same as for length L. In vector form, vector E is equal to lambda upon 2 pi epsilon naught R unit cap R. And one thing remaining, that is if lambda is greater than 0, just like the charge wire having positively charged, if lambda is greater than 0, then E outwards and if lambda is less than 0, then E inwards. Why inwards and outward? Positive charge means always electric field lines moving outwards, and negative charge means electric field line moving towards inward. Very simple concept. Just listen again. Due to this charge infinite long straight wire, we have to calculate the intensity at point P. For this, we have to imagine a Gaussian surface in the form of cylinder, and then by imagining cylinder, if here is the length of cylinder and upper surface area, that is S1, the total curve curved surface area here S2 and the here remaining lower circular area that is S3. Along these three surfaces, the value of flux by definition of flux, total EDS, that is in the terms of S1, S2 and S3, but S1 and S3 forming 90 degree angle with the direction of electric field intensity. So cos 90, cos 90 here in both cases becomes 0. So only one EDS2 cos 0 here, and the DS2 whenever taken a small amount of area along curved surface area of cylinder, then taken what? Curved surface area 2 pi r L. This flux, this is the concept of definition of flux, and this one again by Gauss theorem. Flux is equal to total charge upon epsilon naught. Total charge means the charge on this straight wire, if L is the length and lambda is the per unit length charge, it means linear charge density, then lambda into L upon epsilon naught. Equating these two values, then E value is equal to lambda upon 2 pi epsilon naught r in vector form. We have to use what? Unit cap r. If positive charge, then radially out electric field. In negative charge, then inward. It's very important derivations, and you have to revise one time, then everything will be clear. Thank you for today.